Cruiser, this time with a new update because there is a giant new patch. So I thought I would show and tell some of the new changes. Let's start out with how casters and spell selection now work. Where before you would be paying points for the spells you chose, now the price of the caster has gone up by 10 points and all the spells are free. But now you're only limited to what is called a cantrip and a normal spell. In short, the cheap spells are now cantrips and the more expensive, more powerful spells are still spells, like Hex, Web, Primal Fury, etc. Overall, this is basically a discount for casters of about 20 points, plus they get a free cantrip, so this should see a significant boost in caster power. Another major change is the until end of turn effects. First Call, Steam Ahead, and Web all now affect charge ranges, meaning that suddenly dwarves will be able to charge longer, and Web will stop a unit from being able to charge at all. You can see it in the clip on the screen as well, where before my crossbowmen would have been able to safely stay this far into the map and not get charged by the steam tank. Now suddenly he is in range and I have to move my chariot up on the sides to be able to intercept. I think this will be a welcome buff for dwarves, and hopefully it will not push Deepwood elves too far into the forefront as well. But then again, we're more likely to have different Deepwood problems. Talking about problems, Goatmen have been nerfed a bit. The Boulder Toss is now down to 1 charge and they're only getting 2 Goatmen chariots, which still will let them be up in your face way too early, but hopefully will make them more manageable. But let's talk about the new commanders, because we get 3, almost 4 new commanders to choose. First out is the Ancient Toad, a specialized caster who's able to refresh his spell charges. And let me tell you, 4 charges of Web is nothing to scoff about, especially now that it will actually stop charges. It actually removes an enemy unit for 4 turns of the game. Very powerful. On the plus side, he's so expensive because of his retinue options, he's not able to run 6 units, so I think it's sort of gonna balance out. Next up is the Ratkin Chieftain, who, while not a new commander, has a new ability. The ability lets him take a wound on one of the models in his retinue and gain 2 movement or full rerolls on all his retinue attacks. And while a mini movement boost or mini doom bell effect is good, this ability only has 1 charge, and it seems perfect for having multiple charges. So let's say it's still in the cooker, and a patch or 2 from now, you can use it multiple times, it's going to be really good. Now the Ratkin clans also get an entirely new commander, the Ratkin Infiltrator, with 2 hand weapons and the Old Chieftain Deadly Strikes ability. And he is hidden. Now what does that mean? Well, it means that your opponent can't really see which unit he is in. As you can see in the clip above, I didn't know that I was sending my zombie giant into the arms of an infiltrator, and suddenly he was in a lot of danger. Unfortunately for the infiltrator, he struggles to get more than 5 power, so giant units, which usually have 6 defense, should still be pretty safe from him, barring some bad luck. Maybe we will see Ratkin running Banner of Fury on their units for that extra oomph on that infiltrator. But now, on to the poster boy, the Treant Elder. Now, in Deepwood, almost every list runs the Treant, because it's a darn good unit. And here, you're given the chance to have another, better Treant. And having 2 units with high defense and high durability and fearless is so good, it prompted the dev to also make changes to how objectives are contested. Now, objectives are no longer scored on turn 1, which is a bit of a nerf to the ambush-heavy factions, especially Goatmen, and single model units no longer claim scoring objectives, which means putting a giant or a treant, or now 2 treants on an objective, will not net you that objective. You need some smaller foot units, infantry there, to do the claiming. And if we look at this double tree list, it only has 11 Deepwood Guards and 7 Rangers able to claim the objectives. And maybe that will be enough. Or maybe the double treants will destroy everything in your path. The one thing I do know from the few games I saw was that I saw more units of Halberdiers than I've seen before the patch came out. So it looked like the meta was prepared for double treant and was meeting it with lots of Ratkin long rifles and Ratkin legionnaires or Empire halberdiers and cannon. So we might end up for a while with a rock paper scissors meta where the Ratkin halberdier lists eat all the trees, but the trees eat all the range lists, and the range lists are eating all the halberdier lists. The one thing I do know though is that this patch did not get rid of the gun wizard. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned because I'm sure there's going to be a new list or two the next coming days.